Hey, this is Pranav here, and I want to talk to you about how you can take your idea and essentially convert it into a social media post, going from ideas to actual content topics. Because the thing is, yes, you have a ton of ideas, but you can't just take an idea and directly make a social media post out of it. The danger of that is that if you directly take it to social, you might just not resonate with the audience because you are here and the audience is here. And for them to really connect with your idea, for them to really engage with your post, it has got to speak to them. It has got to go to their world and speak to them. If we don't do this exercise, then we end up creating a lot of content which is inside out thinking, where we don't really think about what the audience wants. We just talk about what we want, which definitely has a place. But if we want to resonate, if we want to have more engagement, if we want to have more comments, etc., and a more thoughtful conversation, we need to do this work of taking our idea through a certain step or a series of steps so that we meet the audience where they actually are. So that those series of steps, generally speaking, you have an idea which then needs to be converted into like a social media topic or a social media theme that we'll talk about, which essentially becomes a social media post. So how do we do that? So let's take the example of weight loss, just because it's a very, very simple example to run with and everyone can relate to it. So let's say you are a nutritionist, and the unique point of view that you have as a nutritionist is flexible dieting. Essentially, you believe that dieting doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be you buying fancy foods like kale, quinoa, avocado, chia seeds, etc., because that is not sustainable. And as a nutritionist, you suggest to people that it's a better decision for you if you take on dieting, which is a lot more flexible. You should eat substances or foods which are already accustomed to eating, because that will be a lot easier for you with regards to adopting. That would be easier for you to make a sustainable change in your lifestyle, because a lot of things will remain unchanged, right? So you get the unique point of view. But I cannot really take this unique point of view without building a bridge. I cannot directly start talking about, hey, this rigid dieting is bad, or the diets that are suggested by most nutritionists are not good. Of course I can say that, but a better way to do it is if I can take my idea and connect it to where the audience is, empathize with them a little more deeply. So okay, so how do I do that? Firstly, we find a problem. So you have an idea, but what is the audience's problem with regards to that idea? So in this particular realm, we can assume that the problem seems to be that they're not being able to follow a diet consistently. Okay, they get on a diet, they follow it for 5 days, but then it goes away. So it's just because it's too hard, and not being able to follow that diet consistently is the problem. You could zoom out further and you could say that the audience's problem is to lose weight, but that is like too far off. The nearer problem, the one that they're feeling right now, is that, hey, I'm getting on this diet, but I am not being able to follow it consistently. Okay, so now you have a problem. Awesome. Now you make a post out of it. No, not yet. Not yet, because a problem is good. So if you have gone from your idea of flexible dieting to the problem, which is not being able to follow diet consistently, but if I can talk to the symptoms of this problem, then my post will be even more powerful, because then the audience feels seen and heard, because I'm talking about a direct feeling. I'm talking about a direct symptom that they're experiencing in the process. So the third step is find the symptoms. So what are the symptoms of this problem? I got on a diet and I stopped doing it for after 5 days, and I feel guilty for not following it. I'm spending too much of time or money on expensive food items. I don't like this kind of food. Now, all of these can become excellent themes or excellent hooks for your social media post. For example, imagine a post that says, "Hey, do you feel guilty for not being able to follow your diet? The problem is not you. The problem could be the diet." For example, right? Or, "Hey, are you spending a ton of money on expensive food items and which still don't help you reduce weight?" So now you start with that, then you come to the problem, and then you introduce your big idea. All these problems become entry points for your content. So in conclusion, you write your idea, you figure out what you want to say, what your point of view is. You write the problem it solves. You write the symptoms of that particular problem, what happens because that problem is not solved. and start your social post with the symptom. So there is idea, there is problem, and then there is symptom. Once you go from idea to symptom, you can start creating your content. I hope this helps. Thank you.